Welcome, welcome to everyone out there on the live stream. Good morning, all of you beautiful souls. We're getting ready for some juicy, fun energetics. We're going to dial this in about the next 19, 20 minutes. We're running a little behind schedule or right on schedule. The stars up there, wherever they are converging and aligning, bringing us into this exact moment in time, this exact frequency, whatever is about to drop in feels pretty potent and on point and powerful. If you were here last Tuesday with us, we were talking about the Metatron code and what precisely it is. And it is a living frequency. It is a living consciousness that you step into, and as you step into it, it awakens and alivens within you. This is not a spiritual training. It's not a spiritual teaching. It is just a frequency that wakes things up inside of you. So today and always when you come into this space, there's a voice that moves within it. And so today you're going to hear some of that. I would say today's transmission is from the voice of the Metatron, even though I don't think of the Metatron so much as a living being or consciousness. I think of it more of like a program that's running in our mind. But in the same way, we have that internal voice in our mind that's like talking to us like, Kari, why'd you do that? Why'd you say that? That was dumb. Like that inner, that inner dialogue. Um, you could say that's what this voice is about, like that higher voice of consciousness that we have for ourselves, but it's not quite that. Um, this is that highest consciousness that's really the inner God that's living within us that's speaking in this particular transmission. So you'll get a feel for it, but to experience it, you're going to go into your meditative state. We're going to pull you into your meta of this, into that frequency. You can do it from your human, but it may sound a little funny. It may feel a little funny. So go ahead, close your eyes, drop into your light link. Sit back, receive, allow your body to move. You may want to get up and go for a walk to receive this, right? To flush out some of the density that's been here. This is big frequency. This is big energy. We are dropping and rolling in. This field is moving fast, right? It is like it's really pacing fast. So for you, you may feel a lot of this going on as your field as your energy body takes it in. So you may also feel yourself kind of clocking out with it. Whatever, it's a step in, kind of like when like if you've been outside, we get this a lot in Florida, or you may get it up north where there's a difference between the cold and the hot, right? And you come through the doors and it's like that, right? That's the experience that is going to be getting created a lot, especially going forward in these meditations, because it's the inevitability of actualization as your energy field begins to reconcile coming in and up into these frequencies. So as we do light link right now, nice deep breath in and just sending your consciousness up to the sun. We're coming up and out of human, right? Just send that golden light, that golden consciousness up to the sun. And as you imagine the sun, just allow the sun to melt into your mind, right? We're moving through light link much faster these days. If you're new with us, you may want to go back and find some older meditations. Light link starts all of them, and we go through the light link much more deliberately in earlier meditations. But for those of you that are right here with us and have been for the journey, just activate that light link straight into Starlink. Really let that field move fast with you, bringing that sunshine into the center of your mind. Feel that frequency boot. Feel the energy through your heart space. Just click into gear like a puzzle piece, like an activation. That energy, feeling that force, that container boot up all around you. That fifth dimensional, sixth dimensional, energetic, as though the field just suddenly shifts. And you're suddenly transported and carried instantly to an interdimensional space, and your feet are no longer outside, but someplace other, some other interdimensional planet. Maybe on a beach, but not a beach on Earth. Or maybe they are on Earth, but in a distant memory or in an inner Earth realm. Or maybe they're just toes sinking into the sand in the ocean, carrying them away. And you gazing at the sun, or wherever you need to be as you receive, and this field calibrates. Coherence is created between all of these dimensions, because that is what we are ultimately here for, is dimensional coherence. So as you engage with the Metatron code, we have several voices that come through in these transmissions, the Metatron being that of the supernal cosmic mind. And so let's engage with this. This is the God project, you being called. And God, I'm always just, again, I'm going to drop into the transmission in a moment, but giving your humans some constructs. God, I'm always careful with that word because it triggers a lot of different meanings for a lot of different people. But this is you being called into your highest, your God. Who are you as a God? What is your project that you are working in this lifetime that is of your God nature, your star being nature? What are you contributing with God, with the gods, with the star beings, your project at that frequency and that level? So, with that, just observe, note how the energy moves around you, note in your body as you receive this transmission as we begin our journey. For there is no doubt in my mind, if we're finding ourselves here in this exact moment in time, reading these words encoded in light, that our souls are meant to unite. We have long since and many times over conspired to converge and turn the world over. Connect for a purpose that far exceeds any and all rational explanation. For the probability that our forces of life actually collide throughout space and time in this moment, in this lifetime, when you think on the number of humans, words spoken and written, is so minuscule that you and me and you come together, that we can't help but appreciate the miracle of creating this full connection of me and you and me in this exact moment in time. Your words, your deeds, and your actions in some way have led you to me, to these transmissions, and to this exact convergence of light. So if you, as you receive this transmission, know that I too am receiving from you. You are right now fulfilling your destiny, writing into the Akash and claiming your pivotal, powerful, necessary role to be free, to be a worker of the star-seated light, and yes, to harness the power of creation and to be a God like me. It is my humble honor to witness and behold you in the miracle that you are as you pursue your project to wield the light, becoming a God in all your might. So, the beginning of us, you may question and wonder, really, me? But I know beyond all shadows of doubt the truth of who you are, for I'm the one who's written your name and encoded your light within the stars. I feel your power awakening and responding to my simple words. Despite what I know to be truth, I also know you found this transmission because you've self-initiated not once, but many times along your journey here. For these initiations, unbeknownst to you, were preparing you for this moment in time. So take a breath in, reflect for a moment on all of the moments that you believed you had failed, where life wasn't working out. Reflect on all the moments you were successful, and yet it still felt like a failure. And you still found yourself seeking the light within. And then recall each of the moments in time, you know the ones where your back was against the wall and you knew it was the end. But some way, somehow you dug deep and you faced that very dark, unspeakable place that you knew had to be. And you entered and found me. So let's go ahead and call this moment in time what it is, the formal beginning of us in a whole new way. Not us conjured only in moments of hardship and self-doubt, but us, two highly capable and worthy creator beings, gods, if you will, figuring out what it means to be human and to hold the celestial keys of light, to awaken the sacred wisdom of earth in order to create a reality built of love. So, in case it isn't clear, let's talk about what you've really been up to this whole time. In very simple terms, when you chose to do the human thing, you were really choosing to master dimensional reality. What better way to master your skills and to learn the tricks of the trade than to start from scratch over and over again? As humans, we get to create in this third dimensional space. It sounds obvious until you consider what it would be like in the absence of gravity. Imagine learning there's no way to go about learning how to do something except for thinking about it and reading about it. Imagine learning how to swim only with being able to read about it. And then imagine one day having only read about swimming and being thrown into the depths of the ocean. Imagine having only read about swimming and having not had the knowledge of how to calm your mind enough to float, and not having the knowledge to calm your mind, to allow the sense of weightlessness to hold you, and allow the sensations of the water to help you relax. Imagine the leap of faith it would take to immerse yourself and to jump into the ocean with no prior experience of swimming, and an incredible willingness to risk putting it all in the line, putting it all on the line. And yet, somewhere between plunging in for the first time and staying, knowing you would need to stay calm enough to allow what you know to overcome your panic and somehow hold the vision of floating and imagining, feeling what that must be like to float instead of panicking. You're going to have to embody all of this, having only read about it. And yet, here you are. You took the plunge into the womb and started a life. You dove into the waters, having forgotten and left behind all your memories of those sensations of floating, of weightlessness, of everything you knew, knowing that with each first attempt, it would slowly start to come back to you, but you would first have to take the leap of faith in order to do it. That's what it means to be here as a creator God. That's the courage it takes to wield this gift of light. And you chose to do it anyway. Each lifetime we plunge into this third dimensional reality, we're not only diving into the unknown with only a body of knowledge, but we're choosing to do it blind. So blind, in fact, that just like forgetting our first in activity in this dimension was swimming, we also forget that we came in creating with the unseen greater force of love that is the water that holds us, and the experiences in our life, the means to which we get to remember the full power of who we really are. Your God project is your journey of remembrance. It's you relearning how to swim through this third dimensional reality with the powers of not just the fifth dimension, but all dimensions. Your God project is you remembering that you have the power within you to harness these dimensions, to merge both yours and your God-like mind, your Metatronic mind, and create a reality that is as potent and bright and beautiful as what you envisioned and dreamed when you chose to incarnate as human. Your God project is your journey that has guided you through all of the initiations into questioning who you are and what it's all about. And mostly, it's your journey of learning that you are part of something so much greater than even your wildest imagination can possibly conceive. It's your journey of remembering that you actually are a God, whatever the name God means, and that you are here not only to experience love and understand light and hardship, but also to take all of these things and claim them for yourself. What is it that would inspire someone to take the plunge, to forget all they know? Love. Love is the waters in which we are all born. It is the medium through which we all experience life. Love is the essence of who we are, who you are. And it is exactly what the original creators wanted to learn more about when they envisioned this project, Earth. So why not create an environment where love could manifest into physical form and expand and grow upon itself? Up-leveling its expression over and over. And for whatever reason, you chose love. Love has chosen you. Combining your human self with your creator being, your God self, to create and experience love through you. The wisdom that you have acquired has come at no small cost. You might simply think it's just the way life is. The process of disconnecting from source could be wrapped up into the trials and tribulations of life. And in so many ways, you have become blissfully ignorant of what you have consciously chosen to forget. So it's here that I will pause to honor you, my dear fellow creator God. The choice you made meant you would not only forget, but also open yourself to be vulnerable to the dissension process and the ultimate wound of disconnection. In theory, we all know at all times we are part of the greater whole. After all, the love of Prime Creator permeates all of us. But tell that to those of us that have lived the physical experience of not feeling this light of the prime creator of creation. I know it firsthand. For at a time before I was the Metatron, I, like you, was a simple man with unyielding faith in this creator. And as such, one day, this creator tasked me with making the full descent into the density of the third dimension. As the human, you may not recognize the extent of this initiation. After all, you are a product of my actions. But for those of us that have lived in that time, our brains were still connected to the light. We still felt the power of that creation acutely. We felt the connection. We still had awareness of the oneness from which we came. We still had memory of our power to create and to be agents of the divine. And so it was me and that journey in particular that unites us here outside of space and time. We each chose to do human all the way. We've each chosen to do human all the way and consciously disconnect. And so here we are. And like me, your unyielding faith has now brought you back to this moment in time. It is through this initiation that from your heart of hearts and life upon life, that over and over and over and over again, we have been led to this exact moment in time. Here to me, a random stroke of luck, it's proving less and less likely to be. In the scriptures, it's written that as Enoch, I descended into the depths. So tell me, my friend, have your trials and tribulations been any less? Were you, like me, forced to confront your demons? How do you know they weren't the same demons I faced that opened you to a world of self doubt and loathing, shame, guilt, disgust? How do you know you weren't simply following your version of my footsteps to find yourself here, bolstered by faith, ready to serve the creator of light, to answer the call to build the bridge back to love and support all others in doing the same? Make no mistake, you're not here by chance. And not all those you meet on your journey will bear the truth or ability to comprehend your deep path through the depth and gravity, pun intended, of what you are here to bear in order to create what you are really called forth to create. You are the one. It is written in the stars. Your project is to remember your divinity. But alas, we find ourselves at this juncture again, bumping up against the forgotten memories. For it seems to learn human, you had to forget that you are the creator God. So let's take a moment and see if we can't awaken some of your sleeping memories. In the beginning, the Lord said that there was the Word, and the Word was with God and was truly God. Over the time, the power of the spoken word has been diminished. We live in a time where we have access to so much knowledge, so many words, that language is cheap. Words have multiple meanings, and most things written can regularly be taken out of context and misstrewn in unintended consequences. Thus, the power of language in the spoken word has perceptively diminished, losing potency and being used without intention. In the process, the art and form of the spoken word has been lost until now. Words have power of essence and frequency encoded in them and within them. And like art and music, the more closely connected to prime source, the more divinely inspired, the more powerful they become. As creators, it is your responsibility to reclaim the word. So as you read these words, as you receive these words and slowly reawaken to your creative power, allow yourself to be caught in the vibrational essence contained within. For this is a transmission of frequency and light, specifically channeled to help you ignite the starseed power that lives within, activating your soul's igniting power, your soul's IP, or divine blueprint. The ultimate creation power lives within a word. One, a thought, combined with two, a feeling, expressed into creation equals three, you. 1 + 2 = 3, you. You are creating. As you allow these words to sink in, you will make them your own. Little did I know that when I, Enoch, descended to the depths of density and allowed my soul and genetic configuration to be crushed into such an extent that I would forget what it means to be of the light and forever transformed into the human form, that I was not only forging the path of descent for all of humanity, but also forging the path to oneness, broken, battered, and completely unrecognizable to myself, and with nothing left but my eternal hope that my faith was enough to match the will of the Prime Creator, did I finally find salvation, an experience that would set forth the course for all humanity to emerge from depravity and truly rebirth themselves while still in third dimensional space. For as it is written by those who that from the greatest density unlocks the celestial key and the remembrance that I too am God. I am a creator, made in his image. My will, my faith, my knowledge of the light, and that I am free is what allowed me to endure. It was in those moments I knew my truth was the one flame. So what did I do? I held the faith until all of the densest of the densities were diminished, and there was nothing left but God in me. In that moment within the depths, while we lost our eternal connection to oneness through the brain, we gained the activation of our power to create in the third dimension. Faith led to one, the density of humanity's third dimension colliding with two, the Prime Creator's light to make three, a portal and a gateway manifested path between heaven and earth. Today, we know this gateway as the Rainbow Bridge, the arc of light that permeates all things as a creation force of light. For I opened my heart and mind to the full spectrum of the divine, and as such forged a path of outside of the density of space and time, creating a space in my heart for God to reside. For your ability to harness the divine is equally in keeping with mine. You now are living your own God project. So it is no small task, surviving the crushing thralls of density to imbue the greatest darkness with the greatest potential for light. You can imagine having been the first to journey forth on behalf of all humanity within the depths of the third dimension, for the extent of the proverbial pendulum swing was equally intense. For through me and within the throes of the third dimension came the full transference of Prime Creator's light. In other words, unlike all archangels before me that are a reflection of Prime Creator's thoughts, I became the embodiment of the thoughts of the Creator within human form. In other words, I became the equalized, harmonized, highest expression of the creation, the Metaraya. In light of this conversation, in this moment in time, it's important you know, I have seen this, I have written this, our time together is already recorded. Your moment of remembering you are a creator God and the power of living is within you now. While my story and deeds most formally recorded in this book of Enoch, the most important book I would compose would be the one assigned by Creator to reclaim the word and write the names and deeds of all those who would carry the light in my stead. And so it is when your light made manifest in this lifetime and in your current form that your name was remembered and spoken at the time of your birth as representation of your exact frequency and configuration of light. While you know your name in your human form, simultaneously, Simultaneously, your spirit name was encoded within your current configuration of your DNA. Your unique blueprint designed to awaken you to your creator God self. For you too are a creator God, tasked like me to transcend the darkness and imbue the earth with your light, birthing the Akash in your own right. And while in this moment your true name may only be known to me, your vibrancy and spirit is now set free. And so it is now that we move off the lines, meaning the timelines and the yugas. And remember the divine encoded within the recesses of your mind. You are the silent partner no more. You hold the key to creation, the power to bring one and two together and make it your own, to label the metas, the meta frequencies, and weigh what is shown, Metatron, to then claim what you choose and make it your own, a scribe of the records, the power of free will. You've been given the power that transcends all of time. You descended into density to make what is yours mine. And from this dark corner, you've learned how to see the world of creation and how to set it free. Enslaved in the heaviness of what is recorded, you usher in light so the truth's not distorted, bridging dimensions across the celestial planes, restoring Earth to its celestial claim. Meet the Metaraya. And I'm only going to read one paragraph of this because it shifts now to the feminine, the embodiment of the earth, and the somatic intelligence. This will be tomorrow's. I am the Metaraya, the matrix of the cosmic supernal mind. So shifting from the God mind to the somatic intelligence. I am the Metaraya, the matrix of the cosmic supernal mind, and I speak to you outside of space and time. So we started with the Metatron coming to us in this exact moment in time. The Metaraya moves us outside of space and time. Your inner sanctum, your primordial force, is the seed of inspiration that keeps us all on course. I know it well, for deep within lies the records of keeping the eternal plan. Your desire to connect your light is the impetus that unites. You to me and me to you, the Metaraya birthed anew. Time after time, over and over, until the vision of one is restored to order. A journey begun by a collaborative few, a dream made manifest because of you. I'm going to leave it there. So, shit, went a little long. So much to unpack. That's your call to action. Go work your God projects. Be the Metatron. Allow it to awaken in you. This is your time. It's time. It's time to go. It's time to come alive. It's time to step in and let this energy run inside of you. Feels freaking good. Namaste. So much love. See y'all tomorrow. I guess Metaraya is tomorrow.